This is a tutorial on how to do a back squat. We're going to cover a couple basics before we actually show you how to do it. What is a back squat good for? Its primary benefits are to build strength and helps you build muscle. But it's arguable that a back squat can actually help you with almost every goal that you have, because the stronger you get in a back squat, the more weight you can push, which means that you'll burn more energy if you're trying to lose weight, or you'll stimulate more muscle growth and strength if you're trying to build muscle. Now we're going to go over a regular back squat. A back squat can actually be broken down into either high bar or low bar, but we're not going to get into detail with that. That's because low bar squat is pretty much mostly for power lifters. It's more of an uncomfortable position, and we're speaking to all the athletes and clients here at Clearcut Fitness. This high bar squat is generally a more comfortable, probably a little bit safer position as well, and it's more balanced. So if you're looking for a low bar squat, this isn't the video for you. That's a little more powerlifting style, but we're gonna go over how we do a regular high bar squat. So the first thing you want to do, walk up to the bar. Make sure your hands are even on the grip. I like to put my ring finger on the knurling, but you guys can do whatever you want. It's really about whatever position allows you to get as tight as you can. So you can play around with it. Next, you're going to line up underneath the bar, and we don't want to be on your neck, that's for sure. And we don't want to be in the low bar squat position, which is like this, super low. We want to be just above the shoulder blades, but below the actual neck. We want to actually pull the bar into your body, keep it tight, unrack it. You take a step back. You don't want to take too many steps. You don't want to waste too much energy. You don't want to be wobbling around, right? Just make sure you clear the rack safely. Next is foot positioning. So this, if you're new to it, you're going to have to play around with until you feel a comfortable position. I personally like to have my feet a little bit wider than my shoulder width, and my toes pointed out a bit. Now, one thing to note, you always want to make sure that your knees are in line with your toes. So if my toes are out, I can't squat like this, and my knees forward. That is going to put so much pressure on the inside of my knee, potentially causing injury or irritation. We don't want that. At the same time, that's taking more tension off the muscle and putting it more on the joint. And we want to work our muscles as much as we can in pretty much every workout that we do. But again, play around with it. Some people are more comfortable with a narrower stance and feet straight. But that's pretty uncomfortable for me. I have a little wider hip socket, so this is much more comfortable for me. Now what you're going to do when you get your position, take a deep breath in. You want to fill your diaphragm with air and then brace that as well. So, and then braced. And then what you want to do is sit your butt back and slowly descend while keeping a straight back. So what I don't want to see is this, right? Rounding the lower back. And I don't want to see this, trying to stay too upright. And look how forward your knees get and then your heels come off the ground. That's no good either, right? You want a straight bar path, vertical. So brace, sit the butt back, and just slowly come down. In terms of range of motion, you want to go as low as you possibly can without a butt wink. So what a butt wink is when you're on the way down and your lower back rounds and your pelvis tilts. That puts a lot of pressure and stress on the lower back, and that is not what we want. So if you can control it, really focus on maintaining that braced ab position and get a little bit of that chest up cue as well, because that's going to likely keep your back straight. So it'll look something like this, a full squat as low as you can without getting a butt wink. So this is it for me. Pretty sure there was no butt wink there. I didn't feel any rounding, but again, I'll make an edit in the video if I need to. And that's essentially how you back squat. On the way up, you want to grip the floor hard. You also want to push away from the ground as hard as you can. And at the same time, still pay attention to bracing the abs and feeling tension in the legs, right? And then you rack it, make sure both sides are on, and that's your back squat.